dialogue on these things, and I think, I think it's an unfortunate kind of thing because it's two sides to every coin. Right. And on some cases, you have men who really want to take care of the kid, even if the mother's not there. I want to. This is part of me. You know, it's my seed. You know, I want to do right by him or her because I have to. You know, so whatever that means. It takes two to make a baby. I lay it down. It's my responsibility. I'm going to take care of it. Now, if I'm willing to take care of this child, meaning, okay, you said what the child need. What does the child need? I got it.
Clothes, food.
I got it. I'm taking care of it. But now understand, what are you doing for this child? What it takes, it's both of us. And the question becomes, is it ever 50-50? Or what are you, now listen, I'm not taking care of you. This is the child.
You were an adult. That was going to be my next question.
Right.
You were an adult.
You know?
Are you obligated, be it male or female, whoever is the custodial parent, is the non-custodial parent obligated to help out the custodial parent?
I honestly, growing up, I always thought to myself, when I had my child, I'm going to take care of the mother and the child. Now that I have become an adult and conscious thinking has sunk in, I do not feel that way. If I were to have a child and me and the baby's mother were not together, I wouldn't feel obligated to take care of her. Yeah, I would feel me and her would be obligated to take care of the child.
Well, not take care of, but help out. Like, let's say,
absolutely, I think you should help,
or she may need a bill paid.
But the question is, do you? I mean,
if it's in the best interest of the child,
if it's in the best interest of the child. Okay. Now, in regards to like just because, well, you know, and for me,
I got your child, so you
right.
Need to,
so you need to. Well, no.
You need to pay my phone.
What does my child need? Well, your car down. Okay. Well, I'll be taking him to school.
Yeah.
Until you get your car.
You get it fixed.
You know. Now, if I happen to have some, a stash over here, and I want to be, a guardian angel, for lack of another term, or just put some goodness out in the world, then I pay for it. But am I obligated? No, I'm not obligated to. But what is
obligated?
But what does it do though? What does that mean? If I'm not obligated, I think that's a great point. So let's build a scenario here. Okay, so the scenario being that you have a man and a woman who share a child. Okay, maybe the mother, which is in most cases, has custody, so that's the custodial parent, and so the car breaks down. So the child has to go to school, maybe has sports and these kind of things. So how do we get that car? Is the father of the child obligated to get the mother of the child's car fixed?
Absolutely not.
I would say no.
Not at all.
I would say no.
The obligation is getting the child.
It's getting the child where the child needs to be.
Do you need some bus money?
Right. Now, so the question becomes, what now in the event? So it's one of those things that you really have to break down and find out. Like, okay, what's going to be the most cost effective? What's going to make the most sense? Well,
absolutely rational.
I'm working late all the time, and this is how I take care of them. Right. So that means I can't get out of work. So it's not realistic for me to take him everywhere he needs to go. And I don't have anybody who can take him everywhere he needs to go. So what that costs me, if I put that in dollars, that would cost me well more than what it would cost for me to get the car fixed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when I break it down that way, just get the car fixed.
More rational to get
now, when I'm getting this car fixed, whether you believe it or not, I'm not getting this car fixed for you. No. I'm getting it to make sure my son can get every place he needs. Now, if you think
it's gonna be hard to explain that,
absolutely,
right?
And you shouldn't feel like she owes you something after that. Also,
right?
Because you chose to do it. I'm choosing
right
to get this car fixed. Next time something happens. When it happens on your end,
right,
you shouldn't say, "Oh, I got your car fixed." You know,
right? Totally.
So you should understand if you make a choice, You shouldn't. Nobody owes you anything. And I want to touch real quick, if I can, back on the child support thing.
Yeah.
I am in favor of child support in some instances. With guys who just disappear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They go to California and leave Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But the system is a joke. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The system prevents guys who do want to help their children out from helping them out in many cases.
Yeah.
Especially with the driver's license thing.
Wow.
When you don't pay your child support, they take your driver's license and put a warrant out for your arrest.
Put you in jail too.
Yeah. So I mean, you got people who are out looking for jobs who actually find jobs that's not on bus lines. They can't get there. So now I don't have a driver's license. I can't drive. And if I get caught driving, I'm going to jail every time.
Right.
So it's a system that puts you 3 steps back when you try to take your 1 step forward.
That's really interesting, and like I said, that's why I'm doing this documentary, because one of the things you'll see with a lot of work, all the work I produce, it's real life. It's real life. It's based on reality, real stories. You know what I mean? And so, because I think we need that. I think that's what people crave for now. Real life is entertaining enough. I mean, because sometimes if you're not laughing, you're crying. But it's real.
If you're not crying, you're dead.
Okay. And so, sometimes I know it's not funny, but we have to laugh to keep from crying or, slitting your wrist or jumping out buildings.
After that baby mama.
Right. To keep us. What we hear about are the black fathers that aren't stepping up. And it's true. I mean, there are a lot of black fathers that aren't doing what they need to do, that are running from responsibility, that hadn't been coached on. I'm scared to be a father. I don't know what to do. I didn't have a good father. When I'm too young to be a father. That was a mistake. She tricked me. She trapped me.
Blame game.
Yeah, and that happens too. Like I just heard of a recent case. I knew it happened, but a woman was telling me, she was like, yeah, I know, because I know it's somebody who, the way she got this guy was like, yeah, and I don't know if this is PG, I just keep it 100, you know what I mean? So,
just keep it real.
They were doing grown folk stuff. She was giving some head or whatnot, and, she didn't swallow. What she did was she spit into a cup on the side. She took a syringe, and she inserted. And now I'm pregnant.
That's just way too much.
But what I'm saying, I say that to say that it happens. Now, it's not that it happens in all the cases, but what I want people to be, this should be the same thing when a guy lays down with a woman. I don't care how many condoms you got. I don't care what you're doing. You need to really ask yourself the question: can I deal with this person for 18 years?
Yes, absolutely.
Can I look at you for 18 years? Because if we got a kid, we're together at least that long. Whether I'm getting a call from you, whether I'm saying it and saying we got to be together.
Some baby mamas call.
Most guys' scenarios, the answer is gonna be no.
Right.
Because a lot of guys, I hate to say it, they'll lay down just with anything.
What about the female too? The female need to ask that question too.
I agree.
Like before we lay down, and I don't tell this guy to, hey, put the condom on.
Right.
Do I want to deal with this guy?
It's just right. Both parties. It's both parties, and not to mention we hadn't even brought in disease. And what that does, because that takes, that'll take y'all to y'all next episode or something. You know what I mean?
But might lead the city of Atlanta war.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough.
It's tough. Everybody need to be aware that the city of Atlanta is one of the highest rated cities as far as sexually transmitted disease.
Man, you got to wrap it up, man.
If a rapper like a Jeezy or T.I. or something like that start putting out there, hey, be a man, take care of your kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how they do other stuff, like buy this jewelry, buy these cars, smoke this dope, do these pills, for these hoes, buy this ice, rock this ice.
Yeah.
If rappers started saying stuff like that, then a lot of these issues out here maybe can start being touched on and dialogued about. Yeah. People will start becoming more aware. And my question would be is, you obviously were much older than us. You came up in a different generation of rap music. Yeah. And in your generation, there was a lot of social conscious rappers.
Absolutely.
Like your Tribe Called Quests, your De La Souls. Why don't we see a lot of more rappers out here like that? And when we do, why don't they succeed like the rappers like your Gucci Manes and your Jeezys and stuff like that?
Well, I think you got to understand the media. You got to understand the media and what sells. You know what I mean? And you have some rappers that, you know what, regardless of what I sell, I'm going to be me and I'm going to put out truth. You know what I mean? Now, if that's not what you want to hear, and I think that's the problem. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the problem. Like, of course, some of my favorite rappers are some of the rappers you just named. Like, I love Common, I love Tribe, I love Lupe Fiasco.
Absolutely.
I love.
Shout out to Lupe, man.
You know what I mean? So I love a lot of those cats that are on that edge because they're speaking truth and they can hang with any cats out here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just that because they refuse to buy into, you know, the nonsense, you know, to really exploiting their people. Is what many other rappers do, and all I need is a hot